Good morning. How are you? Are you ready to have a nice time? Oh, I love that.
Welcome to the Pittsburgh Symphony's annual Side-by-Side and Audience of the Future event. For the past 6 months, the students in the Audience of the Future program have been creeping about the hidden corners of Heinz Hall, learning what it takes to produce and promote a Pittsburgh Symphony concert. With cameras in hand, we traveled about this magnificent theater to talk with musicians, administrative staff, symphony trustees, and program participants. And we looked behind a few closed doors to discover the stories behind the music. Everyone we talked to seemed to have some artistic experience in their background, and yet all of them came to Heinz Hall on different paths to use their talents in different ways.
And my grandmother actually made the decision that, yes, you will play cello. I said, no. She said, yes. I said, no. That's how it started.
I grew up in a house that always had music going on. I was really into the Beatles as a kid, and I heard this really beautiful sounding instrument on a Beatles album, on Beatles Revolver. And I said I want to play the horn because that's how it was listed on the album, as horn.
I started the Suzuki method, so my mom learned along with me.
But I started taking accordion lessons in the 3rd grade. I don't meet many other accordion players.
My father, instead of like reading bedtime stories and that kind of thing, he would actually put on recordings of classical pieces that he loved.
It was classical music that brought my wife and me together. She was looking for someone who would take her to the opera, and I did.
My mom actually worked for the Pittsburgh Symphony for 20 years before I was born. I couldn't think of anywhere else that I would even possibly want to work now.
I think I would have probably, I would have been a really great middleweight boxer. I would have fought Marvin Hagler, and I'm pretty sure I would have beaten him.
We discovered a strong commitment to creating the best possible experience for the audience of the Pittsburgh Symphony Orchestra.
Day to day, on some level, everything we do is about customer service.
How could I talk about the symphony, and how could I be here promoting it and talking to people about it if I don't go myself and experience it?
You know, I have 800 some people that I'm responsible for, and just getting to know those people, you know, person by person, household by household is actually really rewarding.
I don't feel like just a concert goer or ticket holder. Somehow it's almost like being at home here.
I get to meet some of the family of the PSO, the donors and the supporters who are just in love with this organization and see it as a member of their family.
It's very rewarding to know that when they're here, that they can really just sit back and relax and enjoy their time here too.
Of course, it's easy to be excited about the customer experience when the performances are so consistently extraordinary. And it's clear that the musicians and administrators alike are all motivated by the music.
My colleagues are so talented and so talented in so many different ways, and I get to meet these musicians who are often the best at what they do, and they're right here in Pittsburgh.
It's so great that we work right here in Heinz Hall too, so you can, hear the music literally from your desk sometimes.
You get to know the players and the conductors, and that's fun for me.
My favorite part is being able to meet all of these fabulous musicians that are coming in, the conductors and the artists.
But the orchestra members are, each and every one of them, a very interesting person.
I get to play the greatest music written, some of the greatest music written, with some of the greatest musicians around, and an organization, an organism really, because that's what an orchestra is, that's just incredible. And I get to do that every day.
You just immerse yourself in the sound and you forget everything else, and it's just a great emotional experience.
No matter what motivates me to come to work every day is the concert experience. It's getting to be in the hall and listen to this orchestra.
Clearly, there are high expectations by everyone involved with the Pittsburgh Symphony, and with those expectations come many challenges. But in the end, it seems like the challenges are their own reward.
What I tell my friends who know very little about the business is I'm responsible for whatever it takes to get the orchestra on stage, wherever in the world that may be.
Maintaining my own abilities and my own ability to contribute to the orchestra, because the orchestra plays on a really high level.
The Pittsburgh Symphony brass section is one of the strongest in the world, and so when I got here I found myself having to up certain parts of my practice routine to keep up.
I think it is a continual challenge as a member of an orchestra to hold yourself accountable to the highest standard possible.
It's never right.
But when they go out on stage, I try and free up as much as I can, stresses or aggravations.
You know, being able to be a part of helping to make the concerts fabulous by allowing the artists to focus on their art.
I've actually had people that have come in and said, listen, I can't find a sitter for my kid, I might be late. I say, bring them in.
We take care of a lot of people and a lot of issues, and then trying to make sure everybody has what they need to the best of our ability every single day.
One of my rewards is when we have a successful performance and the audience enjoys that. I know I had a little bit of a hand in that.
So to everyone who worked hard to make this evening's performance rewarding, we'd like to say thank you. We're grateful to the musicians and the administration of the PSO for bringing us here for another year of behind-the-scenes learning.
The idea of, with every beat, having a little bit of a rebound so people know exactly.
So this is how the musicians know which concert they are on.
I think that one of the unique things about this particular orchestra is that they're accessible.
They do some really, really wonderful things here, including this program, which doesn't happen anywhere else. It's nothing like it anywhere else in the country, correct?
Being in the Audience of the Future program in high school set in stone that I really wanted to be here.
And by the way, we had a lot of fun too.
What do we do on break? Oh, this is a good one. Usually we sit around and we try and relax. That involves eating a lot of candy and bugging the personnel manager a lot. Yes, you should show them the candy box.
It's very low.
Yeah, we stop. Tchaikovsky, 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 Tchaikovsky.
Pittsburgh Symphony, Pittsburgh Symphony, Pittsburgh Symphony.
Of course I know how to text message. Who doesn't know how to text? Even an old, stupid musician knows how to text message. In fact, I have to text message my sons that don't live in town just to ask them if I can call.
Whoa.